Hey everyone, Tony here with Nerds Ever Sleep, and I've got another Iron Studios 1/10 X-Men figure to unbox for you today. Now this statue is of Jean Grey, one of the OGs, one of the professor's prize students, our psychic girl, someone who's died and come back and all kinds of things several times, which is pretty much the normal for Marvel characters and comic characters in general. But this is another of the proxy pieces for the giant and ever expanding X-Men Sentinel battle diorama. Now, I've been doing a lot of these on the channel. I've been trying to keep up. I am way behind. Now, Jean is an older piece, as you know, was Iceman here. Wolverine over there was one of the originals. He actually is part of Sentinel #1, or individual by himself, which is something that I've been doing. I got screwed out of my Sentinel 1 Deluxe, so I've been piecing them all together on my own and just making little battle scenes as I go. So today I grabbed a random one that I haven't unboxed yet, and we got Jean. So pretty excited to check this one out. She should be a pretty quick build. I don't see there being too many pieces to this one at all. So we're going to have her body, her base, and maybe her head. So it should be pretty quick. So she looks like she's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to bring you guys in. Let you take a look at that box real quick, and then we're going to open her up and check out how she looks inside. All right, so first thing you can notice with this X-Men one is this is the older style box. The newer ones kind of have the circle with the character inside of them. And they also say, you know, worlds to collect on the side. So here we've got the front with a picture of Jean. We've got kind of a shadowed out silhouette of the Jean statue. Here on the back, we've got our hashtag Iron Studios, our logo, and a full picture of what she's going to look like out of the box. And on the side here, we just have the Iron Studios logo, Jean Grey. Of course, we've got the Marvel Comics logo up here, and up top, we have the X-Men logo and Jean Grey. So pretty simple box designs. Like I said, I like how they made these the blue and yellow to match the classic X-Men costumes. Just a nice little touch they actually did on these. Whether it was intentional or not, I don't know. But still pretty cool. Nice clean looking box. Looks like it's going to be a nice looking statue. So let's take a look at what's inside right now. So I've already taken her out of the box. Well, the styrofoam out of the box. And I've already made the cuts. As you can see, the top always says the Iron Studios logo on it. So I'm going to wiggle it off really carefully. Put that aside. And it does look like there are a few pieces. So we've got her arms. This is the body. This is the base. And this is going to be the head. So we're going to take everything out, obviously, one at a time. Got some styrofoam in here to just secure everything, make sure nothing gets broken. And this looks very, very delicate, so let's make sure that we aren't catching on any pieces. Luckily, it's just tissue paper. So it comes off nicely. Now, interesting enough, this looks like it's got something akin to the Juggernaut, where he's busting through the doors. So it looks like we've got a broken door here. We've got more floorboards. We do have, it looks like the outside of the school, maybe some brickwork here. And she has all of her like psychic fire almost looking pretty cool. So I'm just checking to see where she's going to plug in. It looks like there's going to be a plug right here in the fire. So maybe her leg is going to go right into there. I'm going to find out in a minute. So I'm going to assume this is going to be the front. I'm going to take a look here. I'm going to grab the body out. Okay, so the back of her leg is going to go into the fire. So she's coming out of the door. Okay. Costume looks really, really tight. It's strange. It's just the way, obviously her arms are going to go, but it's funny they have the indents for where her arms are going to rest inside of her her boobs. So this is going to just plug in. And now this one is not magnetized, so it's just going to key in. So usually these are magnetized. So this makes me a little leery, but she seems pretty stable. So I'm going to go with the head next rather than doing the arms. So her head is also wrapped as well. And I'm going to take a look real quick at the head. Her head looks like it does have a magnet on it. So let me see here. If I should do the head first or the arms first. Actually, I'm going to do the arms first because it looks like the hair might go over the arms. So she has her 2 arms. She's got her the classic costume, the shoulder pads. So her arms are going to look like magnetically key right in. Yep. So the arms are magnetized. And the hands, no broken fingers, no nothing. Classic shoulder pads again. So her arm is going to key in right there. Okay, so her arms are kind of crisscrossing. And then we can put her head down, which is also a magnet as well. I just want to make sure that's in there all the way. Okay, and it looks like that's good. So there is the quick assembly of Jean Grey. And I've got nothing left here in the package. So, as always, I'm going to bring you guys in, give you guys the full 360, zoom in for you guys, take a look at her, because she looks really awesome. Okay, so as you can see, I mean, she looks pretty cool. Very surprised. I kind of wasn't expecting much. I do love the way the base looks, and I do actually love the way her costume came out. Just all the little fine details, like kind of the different texture work in her costume for her pouches and stuff like that, and her shoulder pads. Like, it looks so classic Jean Grey. And again, I do love all the work here on the base. It is a very small base, and I like that because it makes her very, very easy to slip into the display with all the other pieces. So I'm going to zoom you guys in right now. Can give you a closer look there at that base. As you can see, we've got more of the floorboards. We've got pieces of the debris here. But again, as you can see, the details in her boots and everything like that are really, really good. But again, I'm going to focus on the base for the time being. So you can see the translucent kind of psychic fire, I guess we could call it. And again, right here, we look like we have a piece of a door from the school. So, possibly fighting off the Juggernaut. We look like we have the back of the building, maybe some brickwork right here. But again, I mean, even you can see here the detail in the shoes and her feet and everything else. Again, the shine to the costume is amazing. We've got the raised pieces over here that almost look like, pouches. So very, very 80s, 90s. I like it a lot. All the line work is super, super clean on the X on her costume. Again, she has all these fine details, and the face looks amazing as well. Something I was a little nervous about, but her face came out fantastic. I love how they made the eyes go white. Excuse me. Very nice. The hair sculpting is pretty well done as well as you can even see here the muscle detail in her back. You can actually see some muscular detail in the back. Definitely can appreciate this. It's very clean, as I said, very highly detailed. Again, these 1/10ths are beautifully done by Iron Studios. So, I mean, every little thing is accounted for here with Jean Grey. And I think she looks fantastic. I'm going to zoom back out for you guys. All in all, she looks like a fantastic piece. And I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts after one quick, just zip up her really quick. And now I'm going to come out and I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts. All right, so that was pretty painless. I like that. Again, I appreciate, again, when these go very quick and they are easy to assemble. No problems keying anything, no problems anything fitting. I know in one of my last videos I had a problem with one of the pegs because there was paint all over it, and I recommended everyone scrape the paint off so you get it in. Jean fit right in to her base perfectly. The arms keyed right in with the magnets perfectly. Her head keyed right down perfectly. Everything went in very smooth. Very easy assembly, and again, she has a very small base, and she is just vertical, so she can kind of fit in to any one of your proximity bases that you're setting up, or any of your battle scenes that you're setting up, or if you're just lining them all up, you know, museum style. She will kind of fit in there very easily. She's very lightweight. She is sturdy. It's probably just my my turntable that was a little wobbly, because she did wobble a little bit down here, but nothing up in the top. She does not wobble at all. But again, as you can see, she does have a little wobble here if I move it, but I believe that's just the base of my turntable. So she should be fine. And again, I think she looks beautiful. Just like with, you know, how Wolverine here, I like how he had all the texturing and everything else to his costume. Jean has a very streamlined, very smooth look to her costume. The very spandexy kind of tight fit with the bulged out kind of pockets, which just makes it really cool, because it kind of gives a little bit of that 90s flair to the old school costume, you know. So again, this is definitely based off, all these looks are based off of your 90s looks. And I super appreciate that, because that was my favorite era of X-Men growing up. I loved the 90s era, you know, early 2000s. It was so good. And, you know, I do like how, again, her costume basically looks like it is made of different material than Wolverine's, because Wolverine's has more of a, you know, armored almost look to it, and it's got scratches through it and everything else. So Jean's is definitely more spandex looking. It looks like it's a form-fitting thing, just like it usually did in the comics. The face came out really, really good. I was actually pleasantly surprised by it, because I've seen a couple newer ones that I don't think I'm going to be too impressed by. X-23. But I won't know until I have her in hand. The base, I love the base here. It's very simple, and it does blend in with Juggernaut's base, where he's busting again through the doors, and you have the heads on the door and stuff like that, the floorboards, everything else. Very nice, very clean. I love the translucent kind of psychic flames. It looks gorgeous. So here's another one I'm going to highly recommend to you guys, especially if you love Jean or Phoenix, or you like Jean Grey and the Phoenix one is a little out of your price range. I know that one is very expensive, and a lot of people have given a kidney to get that one. So her deluxe is, I think, $500, and the standard, I think, is around $300. So if you're looking for a cheaper alternative and you want to get a Jean Grey, I think she runs about $170. 160 maybe. She was pretty cheap when I got her. I don't know what the aftermarket, you know, scalping prices are on her, but she was pretty affordable. Obviously, she's a small piece, but I highly recommend this. It's her classic look. You know, it's a classic, you know, 90s cartoon look and everything. And she just looks fantastic. She fits with the rest of the crew perfect. So I'm going to actually, surprisingly, I'm going to give her, again, I'm going to give her a high 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend her to any fan of the character or of X-Men. And like I said, especially if you cannot afford the giant expensive Phoenix, go yourself a Jean Grey. Go get yourself a Jean Grey. But yeah, that's it for this unboxing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys like the content, follow me on all social medias for the usual daily posts and stuff like that. Click that like button, that subscribe button. Share it, spread the nerdiness. Like I said, my algorithm has been thrashed lately. Don't know why, but any help getting me back in the swing of things is appreciated. So I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye everyone.